Do you want a peanut butter fluffer nutter sandwich? Do you want a peanut butter fluffer nutter sandwich? Do you want a peanut butter fluffer nutter sandwich? Peanut butter fluffer nutter, peanut butter fluffer nutter butter. Ham and cheese, ham and cheese, ham and cheese. Do you want a piece of ham or cheese? I would. Would you like a piece of ham or cheese? I would. I would. First came peanut, then came fluffer, then came ham, then came cheese. What up, guys? I want you guys to subscribe. I can't believe they only have 418 subscribers. I'm sure they're getting shadow banned or whatever the term is. And I'm sure they won't be considered commercially viable. Anyway, this police accountability report is from The Real News. This is Taya Graham, I believe her name is. She gets more attractive every time I watch, and they do good work. So please go to Police Accountability Report and subscribe and click the like. Let's try to get them up over 1,000 subscribers as fast as we can. Okay, I haven't even watched this video, but just to give you a taste of what these people do, and I want to highlight them because they do good work. This is where I found the one video, which I cannot find it now because that's the one I wanted to cover. A guy pulled over a bicyclist for a reflector. The bicyclist ran, I guess, and then he followed him, almost hit him with the car, tackled him. More cops came, piled on top of him. He said he couldn't breathe. Next thing you know, the guy's dead. And instead of being worried, the cops are like high-fiving each other. Anyway, here's Taya Graham. Here's a police accountability report. Please subscribe to them. And me, if you wouldn't mind.
Hello, my name is Taya Graham, and welcome to the Police Accountability Report. Remember, this show has a single goal: to hold one of the most powerful institutions in the country, policing, accountable. To do so, we go beyond just the individual actions of police and look at the systemic imperative and political alliances that give police at times troubling power over our lives. In fact, during one of our last shows, when we were joined by former Washington, D.C. Detective Trevor Hewick, my reporting partner, Stephen Janis, asked him this question that comes up often when the police seem incapable of policing themselves. Is systemic police corruption in Baltimore the result of a few bad apples or the system which bolsters it? Let's watch the exchange.
I didn't like that.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
But you are arguing that it's the personal actor, not the system itself. Isn't there something systemic that should be changed too, or do you think it's...
Not to deflect here, but I'm going to deflect. This is a fine woman. Fine, classy, attractive woman. She gets better looking every time I watch her episodes.
They're just personal actors?
No, it's just personal actors.
Stephen, I'm going to ask you to maybe explain why you asked him this question and why it's so critical.
Well, as a reporter covering policing and the intractable corruption in Baltimore and in seemingly other urban police departments, the bad apples theory has been a theory espoused by politicians as a way to explain away corruption. If only we had the right actors in the position. And that was the assertion that Trevor made. And I see no evidence of that because in Baltimore City, either the people who are hired by police are morally bankrupt, or there's a system and culture that creates the environment where they feel that they can take advantage of the power that's given to them. Because
Ding, ding, ding.
otherwise you can't explain it. Why does it keep happening? So it's that we keep hiring all these evil people, or do we have a system that is completely and thoroughly dysfunctional? And, I think it's
That's
the latter.
an excellent question.
Yeah. And that question has to keep being asked because it's always this bad apples. This is just one person. The rest of the department's fine.
Right.
And yet every time we delve in and go deeper and deeper, there are more and more people who have participated in a lot of these corrupt practices. So that's why I think we have to keep emphasizing this point on the show and keep pushing back when police officers and police officials and politicians say, oh, it's just a bad apple.
That's an excellent point, especially when we have people like our former police commissioner, Daryl D'Souza, who's currently in prison for cheating
Yeah.
on his taxes. Didn't we find out that this was actually advice that was being given to
Yes.
multiple police officers
So-
to defraud the government?
One of our former police commissioners was indicted and went to prison and pled guilty to not filing his taxes. But what we learned later was that he had actually created fake deductions, fake mortgage interest deductions, fake businesses, and that there was a tax preparer that police officers went to, who they knew, who would help them create these false tax returns. So there's a perfect example and a good example of how it's systemic. Was Daryl D'Souza a serial tax cheater, or was it that, hey, you're a
See, this is what happens when you don't watch them first. This still, it's not that it's not entertaining, but let's go to their thing here, and they have one about. Anyway, I'm just trying to highlight this. These guys are good. Subscribe to them. It's Police Accountability Report. They talk about mostly stuff going on in Baltimore, and there's a good video here about these cops just run and tackle this dude for no reason, and they kill him right on his porch, and then they crack jokes about how much paperwork they're going to have to do after killing this kid. So, subscribe to Police Accountability Report. These two people here are pretty intelligent people, they seem to me. And so far, so good. TheRealNews.com. Also, this YouTube channel is called Police Accountability Report, or PAR if you're a golfer and you need an acronym to remember. Thanks for watching. Try to get another video in today. Peace and tranquility. Bye.